Hey guys, welcome yet again to another home range poultry video. Now, did you actually know that Nairobi CBD alone consumes 300,000 pieces of chicken every single day? And guess what? That 25% of those 300,000 chicken are actually Kienyeji chicken. That's the part that I'm interested in. So that means that 75,000 Kienyeji chicken are actually consumed in Nairobi alone for every single day. Assuming you give each chicken a price of 1,000 shillings. That's actually 75 million shillings that are transacted each and every single day in Nairobi CBD. And I know you're wondering, how do you get a piece of that? Now, I know many of you, even from our YouTube channel, you keep asking questions, how do I start this? How do I get into this? And on today's video, I want to concentrate on exactly that. What do you need to actually start a poultry farm? So, just like any other business, you have to remember that poultry is a business, and the whole point of a business is actually to make money from the business. So the first thing that you actually need is a very good business plan. Now, what is a good business plan? A good business plan requires that you're able to identify the market. And the biggest mistake that a lot of people are making this is that you go into poultry business without having identified the market. So you end up having a product that you do not know where to sell. Now, the second thing about a good business plan is that you need to have known how much is it going to cost you to set up the project, and not just set up, but also to run the project. Now, a lot of people often have the setup cost, but they always forget to have the running costs because they have no idea what about it. So during the training, we like discussing with participants about the actual cost of how much the chicken is going to consume, to give you an idea when you're coming up with your business plan on what is the cost of rearing the chicken from day old all the way to 5 months. Now, the other thing that is very important when you're coming up with a good business plan is to do a profit analysis. And how exactly do a profit analysis? It's actually very simple. All you need to do is that you need to do market research on the ground. You need to go to hotels, butcheries, and find out how much are they selling Kienyeji chicken. Now, once you know what the selling price is, and now from the training you already know what the cost or the cost of production for the chicken is, you're easily able to determine whether this is a profitable business to venture into or not. You do your figures, and if the figures match up right and the profit margins are good enough, and you already sorted out on the marketing aspect, then you're good to go. Now, the second aspect that is very important for you to start is the land resource. Land is critical. And what are some of the factors that you need to consider when you're actually looking for land for poultry farming? Now, the first thing that is extremely important is land that actually has access to water. Now, the second aspect is about the type of ownership for this piece of land. Should you own the land, or what do you do about it? Now, I'll tell you one thing for free. It's always best to start your poultry farming venture by renting or leasing your piece of land. Why? One, because in Kenya, leasing a piece of land is extremely cheap. You can get an entire acre piece of land for only about 4,500 shillings per month. I mean, that's peanuts. Now, look at owning the piece of land. If you're to go ahead and actually buy 1 acre of piece of land to start with, you will need millions and millions of money. So take the easy way out. Look for a piece of land to lease. Advertise on various social media platforms, on OLX, on Facebook. Advertise that you're looking for a piece of land. You will always find someone who's willing to lease you a piece of land, and you can set up your project there. But of course, talk to a lawyer, get good advice to make sure that you have a lease that is actually watertight and that protects your interest and your investment. Now, the third thing is that you need to make sure that the piece of land that you actually get is accessible. So you need to make sure that the road that actually accesses that place is an all-weather road. One advice I always give, guys, when you're looking for a piece of land to lease, go when it is raining. Because if you're able to access this piece of land when it's raining, you can be sure that even when it's dry, it's going to be a piece of cake. The third aspect that is very important when you're starting off, and the one thing that you need is capital. Now, I like discussing this as the last option because a lot of people use lack of capital as an excuse actually not to do this business. But I'll tell you one thing for free. Don't look at all the money that you cumulatively need. Just look at how much money do you actually need to start the project. Because once you start the project, you just need small amounts of money to keep your project running. So whenever you're looking at capital, there are two aspects that you really need to be aware of. That the capital you don't have to start with a lot of money at first. Like I said, start small. Start with your small saving. It's 5,000. With 5,000 every single month, you can be able to actually rear 100 chicks. Again, that is discussed in great detail during the training days. Now, the fourth thing that you actually need is labor. Now, to a lot of guys, of course, when you think about labor, it means that you actually have to hire someone. Not necessarily. You see, if you do your small project at the back of your house, some small space that is available there, and you did there, you can actually end up being the one that is actually providing the labor. And that's one of the easiest ways to actually cut down the cost of labor, by starting small to enable you be the one who's providing the labor until a point when your project has actually grown to be able to sustain employing someone and pay them on a full-time basis to run your project. Finally, and the very important critical element, what you need to actually start a successful poultry farm is training. Anytime that you start something without having the know-how to do it, I guarantee you that you're going to fail. So attend a training. We always do one training per month at Home Range Poultry Farm. The training is on site and you're able to have a first-hand experience of everything to do with the rearing of Kienyeji chicken. Now this training is going to help you understand all aspects to do with incubation and hatching, to do with brooding, to do with feeds. We even train you how to make your own feeds. That way you're able to reduce the cost of production. We also discuss issues to do with housing. And of course, we discuss into great detail issues to do with markets and how you're actually able to get your product into the market and make some money out of it. So guys, remember, anytime you want to know when you're doing training, SMS the word training to 0727 200 116 or 0786 942 052, or check out our website www.homerangepoultry.com. Or, you know, guys, we are always on social media. Check out our Facebook, check out our YouTube channel, and don't forget, guys, subscribe. Click the button on the right corner of this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll always be kept updated on these awesome videos that we do. Keep watching, guys.